Number 1. Few stations. In Japan, bullet trains are called Shinkansen, meaning new main line. What may surprise you is that there are only a few Shinkansen stations. Why? The Shinkansen runs on its own dedicated, wider track specifically designed for high-speed rail. In order for the Shinkansen to stop at a station, a dedicated platform with wider tracks would need to be built. In Tokyo, there are only 3 stations where you can board the Shinkansen. If you are heading towards Kyoto, Osaka, you can board at Tokyo or Shinagawa stations. If you are headed toward Nagano or north towards Hokkaido, then you can board at Tokyo or Ueno stations. You cannot board the Shinkansen at Shinjuku, Shibuya, or any other station in Tokyo. In fact, Tokyo is the only city in Japan that has more than one Shinkansen station. For instance, in Osaka, you can board the Shinkansen at only Shin Osaka Station, and in Kyoto, you can only board the Shinkansen at Kyoto Station. And here's a pro tip. If this is your first time to ride the Shinkansen and you are traveling from Tokyo westwards to Osaka, consider boarding at Tokyo Station rather than Shinagawa Station. Tokyo is the terminal station. This means that all Shinkansen trains start and end here. So if you ride non-reserved seating, you have a much higher chance of getting a seat, since there will be no one on board yet, except for the people who might be in front of you. 2. Shinkansen Lines. There are several different Shinkansen lines operated by different JR companies. Let's start from the very north. On the island of Hokkaido is the Hokkaido Shinkansen run by JR Hokkaido. From Aomori, covering the entire Tohoku region all the way to Tokyo, is the Tohoku Shinkansen, the Akita Shinkansen, and the Yamagata Shinkansen. From Tokyo to Tsuruga is the Hokuriku Shinkansen. This whole area is operated by JR East. From Tokyo to Shin Osaka Station in Osaka is the Tokaido Shinkansen line, the most popular and most crowded line run by JR Central. From Osaka to Hakata Station in Fukuoka is the Sanyo Shinkansen line. And finally, from Fukuoka on south are the Kyushu and Nishi-Kyushu Shinkansen lines. Why is this important? If you are at a big station like Tokyo Station, you're going to see signs like this one, Tokaido Sanyo Shinkansen track. If you only know that you're going to Osaka or Kyoto, then you won't have a clue as to which track to head to. But now you know that if you're heading west towards Osaka, Kyoto, Hiroshima, or even Hakata Station in Fukuoka, you will follow the signs for the Tokaido Sanyo Shinkansen line. And by the way, you will often see it written as Tokaido Sanyo Kyushu Shinkansen lines. This is the same thing, as they are basically one long continuous line. Here's a pro tip. If you are traveling from Tokyo west towards Kyoto or Osaka or even Hiroshima, then take the Nozomi Shinkansen service. It's the most frequent, fastest, and the cost is often about the same as the other train services on the Tokaido Sanyo Kyushu lines. And the slowest service is the Kodama because it stops at every station along the way. Oversized luggage. Oversized luggage is any piece of luggage that has a total dimension exceeding 160 centimeters. That's length plus width plus depth. Also, no piece of luggage can exceed a total dimension of 250 centimeters. There are exceptions, such as for sporting equipment. And the maximum weight of any piece of luggage must not exceed 30 kilograms. And you are allowed a maximum of 2 pieces of luggage that cannot exceed 30 kg each, and this is per paying customer. If you have oversized luggage and you are traveling anywhere along the Tokaido Sanyo Kyushu Shinkansen lines, you must make a reservation for either a seat that has a designated oversized luggage area or a seat that includes an oversized luggage compartment. So if you are traveling from Tokyo to Osaka and have oversized luggage, you need to reserve either a dedicated seat or a compartment that has oversized luggage space. You can reserve these through various booking platforms, which we'll discuss later. You do not need to reserve an oversized luggage seat if you are traveling on any of the lines covered by JR East we discussed earlier. For instance, trains on the Hokuriku Shinkansen line have luggage racks on board that are available on a first-come, first-served basis. 4. Different class types. There are different types of train cars depending on the Shinkansen line. The most common are ordinary car and green car. We always ride in ordinary car because it's plenty comfortable and it fits our family fine. Most ordinary cars are in a 2x3 configuration, 2 seats on one side of the aisle and 3 on the other side. And since we're a family of 5, we like to reserve the whole row across. If you want larger, more comfortable seats with only a 2x2 configuration, meaning 2 seats on this side and 2 seats on the other side of the aisle, then the green car might be for you. On JR East Hokuriku Shinkansen from Tokyo to Tsuruga Station and the Hayabusa Shinkansen from Tokyo Station to Shin Hakodate Hokuto Station, you will find Grand Class, which is much nicer than the green car. These seats are very deluxe and in a 2x1 configuration. The cost is roughly double that of ordinary car. On some, but not all Grand Class, a meal and refreshments are served. So please check ahead of time before you book. And sometime in the near future, possibly in late 2026, the Tokaido Shinkansen will introduce private booth seating. Number 5, where to see Mount Fuji. If you are riding on the Tokaido Shinkansen from Tokyo and hope to see Mount Fuji, then you want to purchase a reserved window seat E in ordinary car. For green car, choose window seat D. From the opposite direction, Osaka to Tokyo, you will choose the same seat since the Shinkansen doesn't turn around, it just goes in reverse. From Tokyo, start paying attention from around Atami Station, which is about 45 minutes from Tokyo Station. From the opposite direction, you will start to see Mount Fuji around Shizuoka. If you're not able to get a seat with a view of Mount Fuji, you can move to the vestibule and look out the window door. But you should know that Mount Fuji often hides in the clouds. Best visibility is in autumn, winter, and early spring. Number 6, leave on time, be ready to board, and deboard. The Shinkansen is famous for leaving on time and arriving on the minute. So be sure you arrive at your platform plenty early, especially if this is your first time. I recommend that you arrive at the station at least 1.5 hours before departure time. Because stations like Tokyo Station are like mini cities and it's easy to get confused and lost. Then once on the platform, Shinkansen trains can be very long and it might take a while for you to find your train car. When you are getting close to your stop, be prepared to deboard. There will be a chime, then an announcement. You will hear the Japanese word "mamaнаку," which means arriving shortly. When you hear that, your stop is near. Start cleaning up your seating area, put your seat back in the upright position, gather all your belongings, and head towards the door. Unless you're at the terminal station, the Shinkansen stops very briefly. At smaller stations, it might stop less than a minute, while larger stations can be longer, between 2 and 4 minutes. Number 7, what if you miss your train? If you miss your train, you can board a later Shinkansen train on the same day, but you must ride in a non-reserved train car, even if you had a reservation for the train you missed. It is now void and you must ride in non-reserved, unless you purchase another reserved seat. And the same goes if you had purchased a reserved seat for oversized luggage, that's also now void. Reserved only trains. While most Shinkansen trains offer both reserved and non-reserved seating train cars, all seats on reserved only trains require a seat reservation. This means you cannot ride that train without prior reservation. These Shinkansen services include the Hayabusa and Hayate, which travel from Tokyo up to Hokkaido on the Tohoku Hokkaido Shinkansen Lines, the Komachi and Tsubasa service from Tokyo to Akita on the Akita Shinkansen Line, and the Kagayaki service, which travels from Tokyo to Tsuruga Station. Additionally, during peak travel times of the year, such as New Year and Golden Week, the Nozomi train lines on the Tokaido Shinkansen can become reserved only. So make sure you check ahead of time. Number 9, how to buy a Shinkansen ticket. There are multiple ways that you can purchase a Shinkansen ticket, but the easiest and fastest is online. If you are traveling on the Tokaido Sanyo or Kyushu lines, then we recommend Smart EX. It's a great service that offers multiple options to board the Shinkansen via IC card, both physical and digital IC card, QR code, or paper ticket. And sometimes you can get discounts if you purchase in advance. And to be clear, you can only use Smart EX in the western region of Japan, from Tokyo on west all the way to Kyushu. Only on the Tokaido Sanyo Kyushu Shinkansen lines. More details about using Smart EX coming in our next video. If you're traveling in the JR East region, which includes the Hokuriku region from Tokyo to Tsuruga Station, or from Tokyo northeast to Sendai or north all the way to Hokkaido, then you can use the JR East Ekinet website. On Ekinet, you can choose to ride the Shinkansen via IC card, an e-ticket, both physical and digital IC card, or via a paper ticket. And to be clear, you can only use Ekinet for the regions of Tokyo and north and east covering the Tohoku region and Hokkaido, as well as from Tokyo to Tsuruga Station in the Hokuriku region. Basically, all the Shinkansen lines except the Tokaido, Sanyo, Kyushu Shinkansen lines. If you're having problems using SmartEX or Ekinet, you can use a third-party vendor like Klook. Klook is a great option as it just works with foreign credit cards. Another option is to purchase directly from the Shinkansen ticket vending machine. We have a video that shows step-by-step instructions on how to buy Shinkansen tickets from the vending machine. But if this is too confusing for you and you have time, you can visit the Midori no Madoguchi, green window. Look for this logo. There is often a tourist information sign as well, and be able to answer all your questions and of course sell you the paper tickets. 10. You can eat on board. You are allowed to eat on board the Shinkansen trains, but in general, you need to bring your own food. Only a few services such as Green Car on the Nozomi on the Tokaido Shinkansen line or Grand Class on the Hokuriku or Tohoku Shinkansen lines may offer food service on board. So be sure you purchase any food and drinks you want to bring on board ahead of time. This is another reason to arrive early to the station. You can purchase an ekiben at most large train stations. Ekiben, short for station bento, is a prepackaged Japanese meal in a box. There is a wide range of options including makunouchi bento, which usually contains rice, some type of grilled fish or fried fish, pickles, and maybe an onigiri. But you'll also find sushi, gyudons, and other options depending on the region of Japan you're in. But if ekibens aren't your thing, you can head over to the konbinis, our go-to. At larger stations, you'll find several, and smaller stations, there will be at least one konbini. We usually grab onigiris, rice balls, a drink, and some snacks. These are our top 10 tips that you should know before riding the Shinkansen, and we hope they'll help you have a smooth and enjoyable journey throughout Japan. What tips would you add? Let us know in the comments. Next, watch our videos on the Shinkansen so you can ride like a pro. Thanks for watching.